Life seemed perfect, yet every morning, something felt missing. One day, a mysterious door appeared, and everything changed. A journey into the self begins. Welcome to Echoes of the Past. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Ethan lived a life many would envy. A stable job, a clean apartment, a future that made sense. But most mornings, he opened his eyes and felt like he'd forgotten something important. Something about himself. Not a memory, not a dream, more like a color that faded from a photograph. Sometimes he'd lie there for a long time, just staring at the ceiling, listening to the quiet hum of his world. He wasn't unhappy. But he wasn't alive either. There was no big tragedy, no collapse. Just this slow drifting, like a story that had lost its plot. He used to feel more, used to laugh louder, used to dream in detail. But somewhere between deadlines and dishes, emails and empty evenings, he had gone missing. And the world kept moving. And so did he. But inside, quietly, patiently, something waited. Not a scream, not even a whisper. Just a quiet question. Is this all there is? That evening wasn't special. Just another cold walk home, collar up, hands deep in his coat pockets. He took a different turn. No reason. Just a momentary impulse to not go the usual way. And that's when he saw it. A door. Old, metal, tucked between two crumbling walls in a forgotten alley. No handle, no signs. Just a faint message scratched into the surface. You won't see the world until you see yourself. He stared at it, frowned. Maybe it was graffiti, or a prop from some street artist. But something inside him moved. Not like curiosity, more like memory. Like something long buried was stretching awake. Before he knew why, before he even thought to stop, he reached out and pushed. He didn't speak. He didn't move. He just stood there, facing the final mirror. The only one that remained. And in that still reflection was no child, no past, no possibility. Just him, here, now. No mask, no edit. The version of himself he had spent years avoiding. Because it was too vulnerable, too honest, too real. He didn't look away. This time, he let himself see. And what surprised him most wasn't the pain. It was the softness, the warmth still there, under the armor. A quiet resilience he'd forgotten. For so long, he thought healing would feel like winning. But standing here, it felt more like surrender. Not giving up, just letting go. Of pressure, of pretending, of the story he told himself about who he had to be. He stepped forward, not into the mirror, but into himself. Every emotion, every scar, every moment he once tried to erase, he welcomed them, not as flaws, but as truth, as proof that he had lived. And as he took that final step, the mirror gently faded, not shattered, not cracked, just gone. No drama, no sound, just a soft, peaceful silence. The kind of silence that doesn't echo with emptiness, but with clarity, a breath, a release. And then the door behind him opened. He turned, and without knowing exactly why, he walked out. Back through the doorway, back into the night, back into the world. But this time, something was different. The shadows didn't feel as heavy. The cold didn't bite as deep. The street noise didn't drown him out. He could feel again. And more than that, he could see. Not just the world, himself, in it. The alley looked the same. Cracked bricks, rusted pipes, a single flickering light above. The door? Gone? Or maybe it was never really there. Ethan stood still for a moment, letting the cool night air wrap around him. No one would have noticed a change. He still wore the same coat, still had the same tired eyes. But something inside had shifted. The silence that used to haunt him didn't feel empty anymore. It felt open, spacious, like a pause between notes in a song he'd forgotten how to hear. As he walked home, the city looked different. Not brighter, not quieter, just realer. The way lights reflect in puddles. The way strangers laugh when they think no one's listening. The way wind moves through leaves, like it's whispering something only the soul can understand. He passed familiar streets, but didn't walk them the same way. He wasn't rushing. He wasn't avoiding. He was present. And for the first time in a very long time, that was enough. That night, he didn't scroll through his phone until sleep took him. He didn't make to-do lists in his head. He didn't wonder what he was missing. He simply lay there, breathing, being. The ache was still there, but it had changed. It wasn't a hole anymore. It was a reminder of all the versions of him that still lived inside, and the quiet promise that maybe, just maybe, it's never too late to come home to yourself. Ethan closed his eyes. No mirror, no noise, just stillness, and the softest kind of peace. He was real now, and for the first time in years, he knew that was enough. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment.